Hello. How are you doing today? How are you doing? How is your day going? How are you doing? How are you doing? If you're here live, you're joining me live, please say something so I know you are here. Please say something so I know you are here. Just trying to get a few more people to join us in the live and invite your friends to watch. Invite your friends to watch. Would like to have you here. If you come in, please do well to just um, do well to just share the live, share the live. I'm just waiting for a few of us to come in, a few more people to just come in, and we'll kick it off. So today's topic is one that I promised you guys. I said I'm going to be coming in, a bit more in recent times. I'm going to try and come in a bit more. I'm going to try and come in a bit more. And that's why I'm excited. I'm here this morning. If you do get to catch the replay, this is a very particular one for me. It touches my heart. It touches my being. It touches the core of what I believe and who I represent. And it's something that in this part of the world, we almost don't pay much attention to. We struggle to pay attention to, not because we do not care. However, because it is something we do not understand, what we do is just jump into conclusions and practically do nothing about it. And in the long run, what happens is that we have loved ones. We have people in our core. We have people related to us, people we work with, people that are important to us, our family members, our friends. We have them struggling profusely. They are struggling profusely to articulate their mental health. Mr. Ricky, good to see you. Thank you for coming in live. Good to see you. Thank you so much. I'm doing great. We have them struggling so profusely because we have not mastered and understood how to manage introversion. Yes, that's what I'll be talking about today. I like my space. I don't want people in my business. I like being alone. I have so much contentment in my space, my alone time, my wanting to be by myself. Thank you, Mr. Ricky. Wanting to be by myself. And over time, I honestly do not understand what that mindset is doing to me. So we're going to be looking at introversion as a personality trait. What are the gains of introversion? And what are the pitfalls? And I'll tell you a little story why we're having today's session, so that you can share this with someone you know, or somebody in your core, or somebody in your family, somebody you work with, someone your colleague that you're relating to, that you can see that is struggling. So I have in recent times had to be engaged by family members or organizations or individuals themselves to deal with the pitfalls of introversion. Either people are struggling with social anxiety, OCD, obsessive compulsive thoughts. People are dealing with different kinds of anxiety that are fueled by introversion. So introversion is slowly becoming something that, when it is not understood, when it is not harnessed, when it is not bottled and distilled the right way, it can actually bring you more challenges than gain. Whereas introversion is a very good trait. Very good trait. Introversion is a very good trait. You know why? I'll tell you a few pointers around introversion. Introversion is a personality trait characterized by preference for quiet, minimal stimulation, environment, and activities. Introverts don't like, stimulation. They don't like activities. Thank you for retracting your message. It was distracting. Thank you. They don't like loud places. They barely have a need for stimulation. They are okay being on themselves. Unlike extroverts who thrive in social interactions, who do very well in social situations, who network effortlessly, who have what is called social capital. They can call what they need and label it and get it done effortlessly. They know who to call, or they know someone who can call someone to get them what they want in life. Now, for introverts, they struggle. They recharge their energy in solitude. Yes. They just want to be by themselves and introspect. And for many of us growing up or having them around, we're just like, they're too moody. There's a superpower in it that allows them to thrive on certain journeys, certain tasks, certain activities, certain engagements that extroverts cannot thrive in. The way extroverts thrive in social situations, introverts have a superpower of introspection. They can sit down with something and let it dwell positively. Now, introversion itself is not a mental health issue. Yes. If you're watching me on YouTube, you're watching me on Facebook, introversion is not a mental health issue. It is a personality type. It can both be positive or negative, however, if you do not know how to manage introversion, depending on the circumstance. So I'll quickly outline some positive impacts of introversion on your mental health. I am a complete extrovert. I do not have any of the introverted personalities. I have a little of melancholy, very little. But I can categorically tell you that the strengths and the positive impacts of introversion, I struggle with them as an extrovert. And the first one is self-reflection and awareness. It was a muscle I needed to build where introverts have it effortlessly. Introverts are able to engage in self-reflection. Sometimes the self-reflection is detrimental because most introverts are also wired negative. So when they sit down to think, their self-awareness brings on so many understanding of their emotions, their needs, and their goals that may not entirely be positive. So they have the ability to self-reflect, and they have the ability to be aware of their emotions, their needs, and their goals. However, can they do anything about it? That's the question. I don't want to jump ahead of myself. Another thing that introverts are very good at. Dr. Ideri, I see you. Thank you for coming in. Another thing that introverts are excellent at is spending time alone. They don't get bored. COVID had nothing on introverts. They were good. They have developed effective coping strategies for processing stress and managing their emotions, which contributes to bettering their mental health. Introverts have that ability to just go in, lock it up, and think it through. Extroverts struggle with even sitting down with their thoughts. Another thing introverts are extremely good at is deeper relationship. Introverts are very good at relationships. They prefer meaningful, one-on-one connections with people than a larger social circle. I can have 100 acquaintances who call me their best friend, if you know what I mean. Because I'm an extrovert, I have a lot of people that I relate with who think or have the illusion that they're very close to me. However, with introverts, they have a very small core, which also affects their social capital in the long run. If you are a measure of who you know, if your success in life is tied to who you know and who knows you, and you only choose to know 3 people in your entire life, how are you going to progress? Like I said, I don't want to jump into the pitfall. I'm just, shedding a bit of light on the gains of introversion. So they like deeper one-on-one connections, meaningful connections, which can foster deeper, more supportive relationships over time. However, that might have its own pitfall. And we'll go into that when I get to that point. Another thing introverts have the ability to do is focus and creativity. Solitude allows introverts to create. Yeah. They are very meticulous. They focus deeply. They are connected to their work. They almost are very absorbed or absorbed. Yes, that's the word. Absorbed in their work. And they pursue creative projects, which can be a sense of fulfillment and a stress relief for them. Whereas extroverts get bored very easily. They don't have the staying power to sit down with projects, to sit down with certain things. However, you can evolve any of the personalities that you have, either introversion or extroversion. I wrote my book, Help Me Understand My Personality, because I understood the gold mine that is involved in when you are a master of your personality. You are able to master your emotions, you are able to master your thoughts, and you are automatically able to master your behavior. So you're not caught in the trap of, I want to do this, but I never do it, which most introverts struggle with. Execution. Because they need to think deeply. They need to think deeply. They don't say they're going to do stuff, but they think and think and think and think and think and go into analysis paralysis and never do it. They commit to something, but they never start it. Ziki Dixon, I see you. They commit to it, but they never really start it. So what are the challenges introversion can have on your mental health? Because in recent times, majority of the people who have come through for therapy are introverts. Yeah. That doesn't mean extroverts don't sometimes struggle with mental health. I'm just saying, as an introvert, if you don't manage your introversion, if you don't manage how you allow your emotions take the better part of you and the introspection and the self-awareness of you, which can sometimes be very negative, you're going to struggle with your mental health. So what does introversion, how does introversion, your introversion, I like my space. I like to call it, aka, I like my space. Come in closer. This is one I want you to walk away with. Number one, social isolation. I was talking to someone who wanted me to start therapy for their sibling. And they said he had been isolating himself even when he was a child. In their family, everybody does their own thing and they leave him to be on his own. And now he's an adult. When I mean adult, I mean adult. It's time to do what adults do. Get a better life, move themselves and do a lot of things. And the emotional regularity, the emotional stamina, the resilience, the mental toughness, the grit that is needed is not available. Aduke, I see you. Thank you for coming in. I see you. Thank you, Zeki. I see you too. It's not available to make decisions. is not available to begin to deal. Because introversions like their space, they suffer from social isolation. They keep to themselves so much that they must start feeling lonely and disconnected, which may contribute to anxiety and depression. Yes. So they start to feel depressed, uncontrollable spells of sadness that is affecting their day-to-day life. And because we're used to living introverts alone, we understand their need for space. We almost do not notice when they are slipping into social anxiety or depression. Or they're struggling with, claustrophobia. They're struggling with food addictions. They're struggling with OCD and so many other things. There are also people who are extroverted by birth, but because of cultural and environmental factors. Maybe their family keeps saying, you're too loud, you're too loud. Then they start toning it down and they push themselves out of extroversion into full-time introversion, and social isolation takes over and it begins to affect their mental health. Secondly, the pitfalls or the challenges introversion may pose for you. I like my space. If you are in that WhatsApp group or you know someone that is in that group, share this video with them. They need to watch it. Is that they are misunderstood by others. Introverts may feel the need or feel the pressure to conform to extroverted norms in social or workspaces. And that makes them experience burnout. Yes. So you're taking an introverted person into an extroverted work life. I'm not talking remote working. I'm not talking hybrid work. You make an introvert a marketer or a customer service person. They're going to burn out because they tire of people so easily. When they get home, they may begin to feel feelings of inadequacy and burnout because they're not wired for that role that you're giving them. And you start to ask yourself, this person is weird. They're not weird. They're just introverted. They have their own superpower. And it's not relating with people. However, there are tools that can help you walk through your introversion and flip it that you can evolve into an ambivert. When in social situations, you can handle it comfortably. Not optimally, because you are not wired to handle it optimally. Can I have some of my books? I have 3 books that I know that will help you with your introversion if you're struggling. Help me understand my personality. I wrote this book because you even need to label yourself and know who you are. When you do, you are not able to use the tools that you need to flip your introversion into extroversion. Number 2 is help me chit chat. This is for teenagers and young adults. Bring it. It's for teenagers and young adults. I have the adult version to help them navigate social situations. You struggle with quality conversations. It's on Amazon. It's everywhere. If you don't know where to get it, and you don't want to get it from Amazon, you live in Nigeria, you can send me a direct message and we'll see how to put these books in your hands. We have the Art of Small Talk, which is the adult version. Chit chat is for young people because the ones who are introverts are struggling with social anxiety so bad they don't know how to communicate. Then this is the one for adults, for the workplace, for adult living, college, school, everything. The Act of Small Talk. Because it's a genuine problem. And my personal favorite of all the books, Help Me Master My Emotions. How do I regulate when I know I'm an introvert? And I know that I'm pushing myself into social anxiety. You need to get some of these materials to just help you put it together. Number 3, I've said they are misunderstood by others. Number 3, they have difficulty seeking support. Introverts will always need social support. They need a wingman to navigate social situations. Yes. They need a therapist to help them, even though they prefer to internalize problem solving. They might hesitate to seek for help from family, from friends, from professionals, and potentially delay interventions when mental health struggles appear. So you're not going to know that they're struggling until it gets really bad, until they're struggling with high-level OCDs, struggling with personality disorder. Yes. Struggling with, social anxiety, and they're cutting themselves off from people. Another challenge of introversion, number 4, is overstimulation in social settings. In crowded environments, overwhelm comes on introverts. They just get overwhelmed. When you put me in a social situation, I'm a social butterfly. Bring it on. Your girl is going to deliver. I don't care who is in the room. So far as it requires social interactions, bring it on. However, introverts get overwhelmed when they have to be, or drained. Yes, their social battery is off, which can heighten feelings of stress and discomfort for them. And we are in a world where who you know and who knows you is integral to your becoming. That is why if you're an introvert, you need friends that are introverted. I'm extroverted. My husband is introverted. You don't know the amount of social support. Brittany, Elizabeth, I see you. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. You don't know the amount of support you give to your introverted partner, friend, family member as an extrovert. They need you. They need your social capital. You're going to have to open doors for them. Thank you, Brittany. You're going to have to open doors for them. You're going to have to get people to interact with them or mediate situations with them. So it's important that you understand the introvert that is around you. In closing, because I don't want this video to be too long. Thank you, Aduke. I can see your comments on Facebook. In closing, what are the tips for managing your mental health as an introvert? Number 1, in as much as you prioritize your alone time and you enjoy it, make sure that you recharge without guilt. Don't feel guilty about your alone time. However, set boundaries. Yes. You should have some dose of external social interactions in every day. It might not, if you're an introvert, you're not the kind of person that should do a fully remote job. It would affect your mental health at some point. And if you're doing a remote job, make sure you have a social community. It might be very small. Your friends who like to gist that you can leave your isolation to at timed spaces to ensure that you can engage and get what you need to avoid moving into social anxiety. Set your boundaries when you have those social interactions in a respectful way so that you don't get overstimulated. My partner will tell you, are we going to that party? I'm like, babe, I need you to come to this party. He's like, I don't like parties, but can we just do 2 hours and get out? And I say yes, because after that, he's going to burn out. Thirdly, cultivate a social network. You need one. Join a group. Join a religious group. Join a fun activity. Go hiking. Do a lot of stuff. Do something that gets you to engage at a level that you don't get overwhelmed. Maintain a small circle of trusted friends, yes, and family who understand and respect your introverted nature. Thank you, Brittany Elizabeth. They will catch the replay. It's not a problem. Practice self-compassion is another one. Be compassionate towards yourself. Accept yourself as an introvert and your tendencies, and resist societal pressure to conform to extroverted ideas. However, be open to evolving, because our personalities are not 100% framed. They have the ability to stretch and evolve. Also, engage in grounding activities. Reading, journaling, nature walks can help you battle social anxiety. Just take walks, exercise, yoga, that foster your emotional balance. And the last but not the least, which is most important, seek professional help on time. If you have an introverted child, seek it on time so that they can build the muscle of navigating social situations. Because when you don't do that, the loneliness, the depression can have a toll on them in the long run. It's been amazing being with you today, and I hope to be back in your faces soon. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, you share. If you're on Facebook, share. I might be taking it off Facebook very soon, so please make sure you share. Get an introvert. And if you're looking for a mental health professional to work with, you know where to find me. Yeah, let's see how we can help you deal with your extroversion. Bye, Brittany, on YouTube. I'll see you. Bye, Facebook fam. See you some other time. Thank you for watching.